There's going to be drama.
In this video, I'm going to be discussing Vanessa Williams' scandalous past as both the Penthouse Bed of the Year and Miss America.
We have today asked Miss Williams to relinquish her crown and the title of Miss America 1984.
You may know her as the first Black woman to be crowned Miss America, but what you may not know is that she was also the Penthouse Bed of the Year in 1984.
We all do stupid things when we're teenagers.
She might be known as the woman who brought down the Miss America pageant. I'm not sure the pageant can recover from this.
And this is rock bottom, and there's nowhere else to go but up.
Before we dive in, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Your viewership and support helps me to grow and produce high quality content. Thank you, and my channel will be nothing without you. In 1984, Vanessa Williams became the first Black Miss America. The Miss America competition was first held in 1921 and was one of the most watched and well-known events in the United States for many years. However, the competition had never before been won by a Black woman until Vanessa Williams became the first Black woman to win the Miss America crown.
You think the country is ready for a Black Miss America?
Well, I certainly would be a first, and I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind setting a trend, making waves.
At the time of the competition, Williams was a student at Syracuse University and had already had a successful career as a model and actress.
I knew I was talented, but I never thought that my year would be the year that they'd ever pick a Black Miss America.
To win the competition, Williams had to compete in several categories, including a talent competition and the recently banned swimsuit competition. In the talent competition, Williams performed a song and dance routine that showcased her skills as a performer. In the interview category, Williams displayed her intelligence and personality.
We're not just asked, what's your favorite color? Would you like to get married when your year is through? We're asked, how do you feel about a certain issue? Why? And we're scrutinized a lot more than the average person.
Williams's beauty and grace were on full display, and she was able to show off her stunning figure and elegance. When she was crowned Miss America, the crowd erupted into cheers and applause, and her victory was celebrated by millions of people around the country.
I was thrilled, actually. I couldn't stop my heart from beating when she won, yeah.
It's about time we had a beautiful Black girl representing New York City.
She won Miss America at only 21 years of age.
You have to take this seriously. It's a job. It really is. A lot of people think it's a lot more glamorous than it actually is.
However, just a few months into her reign, Williams' life changed dramatically when nude photos of her were published in Penthouse Magazine. The photos were taken by a photographer who was a former beauty pageant judge, and the photos were shot before Williams became Miss America.
Vanessa Williams cut short a Miss America appearance tour in Little Rock, Arkansas without commenting on the controversy. She flew to New York to meet her lawyer, who charged the nude photos were being published without her permission. Pageant officials would not say they had the right to take away the title, but they said that she must give it back.
If you don't draw the line here, where do you draw the line?
The public reacts to the news when the nude photos of Vanessa Williams were published in Penthouse Magazine.
She signed it. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was neither drunk, intimidated, coerced.
The public's reaction was a mixture of shock, disappointment, and criticism. Many people felt that Williams' actions didn't align with the values of the Miss America competition.
I think it's very sad because it obviously was exploiting the particular moment in which they appear in the magazine immediately before the Miss America contest.
Some members of the public also expressed disappointment in Williams for posing for the photos, which they considered to be tasteless and lacking in good judgment.
A girl who is Miss America has posed in the nude. To me, it shows she has the mentality at some point that is, well, I don't believe enough in myself. Maybe what I have to do is expose my body and use my body to get ahead. And I think that is one of the worst things that any woman can do. It denigrates femininity to say, well, the only way I can get ahead is to expose myself. I think the Miss America pageant stands for the opposite of that in spite of the swimsuit competition. And this is a backstep for us.
The publication of the photos received widespread media coverage and was a major scandal.
We have frequently on this broadcast focused on subjects that we thought were important, but which we feared might bore you. We finally concluded that there is no point in avoiding a subject simply because almost everybody is interested in it.
The media seized upon the story, and Williams was bombarded with negative attention and even death threats and public ridicule from some of her biggest supporters. She was portrayed in a negative light, and she faced widespread shame.
We expect a little bit more from our stars.
Everybody loves her, and I'm sure everybody will be with her 100%. I really feel that.
The Miss America organization was under intense scrutiny to take action. They ultimately ended up doing so. They asked Vanessa Williams to resign from her position as Miss America, which was only 9 months after she was crowned.
Miss America today was given 72 hours to surrender her crown because of a series of nude photographs scheduled to appear in Penthouse Magazine.
This was the first time a Miss America has been forced to relinquish her title.
Title as Miss America.
With considerable style and reluctance, Vanessa Williams told a press conference of presidential proportions that she is stepping down.
And I wish I could retain my title as Miss America. However, the potential harm to the pageant and the deep division that a bitter fight may cause has convinced me that I must relinquish my title as Miss America.
The photos that caused it show Williams in intimate embraces with another woman. She said today they were posed and not spontaneous, and the idea of the photographer who took them.
And he said, listen, you're beautiful. Do you mind if I do some photos of you? No one will see them. I agree. Then, you know what? I've got a friend. Can she come over? I'd like to do some black and white shots in silhouette. No one will see you. Fine.
This marked the first resignation in the pageant's history.
Well, people would find this really hard to believe, but my actual birth announcement that my mother sent out in 1963 said, "Here she is, Miss America."
Williams went on to have a successful career in entertainment. Williams ultimately survived this setback to enjoy a 30-plus year career as an award-winning singer and actress. Her music single, Save the Best for Last, became a hit. In 1992, it reached #1 in the US for 5 straight weeks.
I've been singing all my life, but my community, my family, everyone that's seen me sing knows that. The rest of the public thinks you're an ex-beauty queen, and of course they think that you have no talent and you're a bozo, and you have to constantly prove over and over that yes, I did get to where I am because of my talent, and I will have longevity because of it too.
She acted in several big movies and shows, including Shaft and the hit ABC series Ugly Betty. Her Broadway performance on Into the Woods was nominated for a Tony Award. Vanessa and her mother Helen wrote a book, You Have No Idea. The book reflects on when Vanessa was young. She was super talented, so to keep her on the right track, her mother Helen gave her a list of things that she should never ever do, which included never ever pose nude for anyone. The book then goes into her trials and tribulations about how as a teenager, Vanessa defied Helen by flirting with boys, drinking, and recreational activities. Despite their early conflicts, Helen has always protected her daughter, staying in contact with the FBI about the multiple threats Vanessa received after being crowned.
I thought I was going to be protected, but I feared for my family's life because letters had come home that they were going to kill my family and all that kind of stuff.
Decades later, Williams reflects on what happened and how it affected her life. In 2015, more than 3 decades after stripping the first Black Miss America of her crown. The pageant says, "Sorry.
I want to apologize to you and to your mother, Miss Helen Williams. I want to apologize for anything that was said or done that made you feel any less the Miss America you are and the Miss America you always will be."
Williams also spoke out in 2015 about the experience and how it has shaped her life. She has emphasized that the photos were taken before she became Miss America and that they do not define who she is or what she has accomplished. Instead, she has focused on the positive aspects of her life and the opportunities that have come her way since the scandal. For although at the time it was an obstacle that she ultimately endured, while knowing in her heart that she is an honest individual who did something in her past before she could have foreshadowed what was to come. She is now the proud mother of 4 children. Vanessa Williams made a return to the Miss America stage as a judge for the pageant. Williams' return was seen as a symbolic moment as it marked a reconciliation between her and the Miss America organization.
I also wanted to thank everyone over the past 32 years that has come up to me and said, "You'll always be my Miss America." Tonight was for them. I got a chance to be on the stage and represent what I represented back in 1983, Ground 84.
Her return was widely celebrated and seen as a way to honor her contributions to the pageant and to the broader entertainment industry. That's the story of Vanessa Williams' rise to Miss America and the truth behind the Penthouse Magazine controversy. I hope you found this video educational as we broke down her life story. Williams has since become a vocal advocate for women's rights and has encouraged women to embrace their bodies and be proud of their sexuality. She has also spoken out about the importance of body positivity and the impact that the media can have on people's lives. Throw up a comment about your views on her story. Thank you for watching and subscribing to my channel. If you enjoy these types of videos that deep dive into the truth behind historic stories, check out my most recent video about the surprising story of how 2 live crews' controversial trial led to their financial success.